hit the like button for loud cars. Gobble gobble, it's Thanksgiving. So as you know, the muscle truck has been a bit of a struggle for some time because, you know, it's an old truck, and when I got it, it was not in as good condition as advertised. And so I've put a lot into it to keep it running. The water pump was dead. It would just leak water out the bearing. The power steering pump was dead. I couldn't keep it tight anymore. You know, I don't want to just keep putting money into this truck with this this crappy engine. So I started thinking about an engine. I took it into Lucor Automotive, and I said, you know, let's just go through it and figure some stuff out. If I were to ship you an engine, could you put one in? And he was like, yeah, we could do that. So I looked around and settled on a Skip White 383, and I am so glad I did. So here are some previews of the engine, and they really did a great job. But when they installed it, they cleaned it all up. They took a lot of the wiring harness mess off the back of it, put a nice cap over the top of the radiator, all nice and new shiny parts. You can see the exhaust is run, and it goes over the top of the rear axle, and it fires down. And the exhaust is galvanized, but the headers are stainless. They're mid-length headers, so they fit in the frame well. And if you watch Lucor's channel, you'll see the install, and he explains a lot of what he was doing there. There's the engine, new front tie rod ends, and it handles so much better just with those tie rods. It's amazing. It can really. So Lucor is quite a shop. They've got probably 7 or 8 lifts, and they do, you know, fairly custom stuff. They did a frame swap on a truck, and so that's why I felt that they could do this one. All the employees have hot rod cars. There's like a Mark III Supra with a 2JZ in it. There's an old shop truck that's like a 66 Chevy that they use, and it's like all slammed out. It's awesome. So they're a good shop. You want to hear what happiness sounds like? Oh my God, this is awesome. Oh yeah, this guy's getting out of the way. Oh my God. Yeah, wow. So I'm gonna drive around while it's quiet. Because this thing is loud now. It's really loud. Part of the reason why it's loud is the exhaust. I think it's like 2.5 inch, and Lucor did all the engine swap and the exhaust for me, and they did awesome work. I mean, so far I've only driven it maybe 20-30 miles, but it's great. And what the exhaust does is it is tucked underneath the bed in the back. It goes over the axle and it fires down at the ground. And that just makes it sound so much meaner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some gas, because I imagine I'm consuming a lot more gas than I was before, and I don't have a fuel gauge, so Put some high octane, some 93 octane in it. And then I'll take it out on the freeway and you can see what this thing sounds like. It's just freaking amazing. It's a Skip White 383. It's a turnkey crate motor. It has everything on it. Came with alternator, power steering, water pump. So after just looking at the prices, finally I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to do this for a while. There's no point in investing any money into that old engine. So I just bit the bullet, bought an engine, had it shipped to Lucor. It took them about 2 months. 2 months to build the engine to my specifications. You know, there was just a few things that I needed to specify. I needed to specify the cam and the intake manifold and the carb. And I did all this for actually the lowest horsepower, more torque. This motor could go up to 500 horsepower. I did not do that. I think it comes out to 400 horsepower, 425 pound-feet of torque or something. I wanted torque. And believe me, it's plenty. I didn't need 500 horsepower in the truck. That would have been cool, but I wanted something that I could drive around, you know. I also wanted vacuum. I wanted to be able to run my brakes. So I didn't want to go all in on converting all that stuff. If I would have done the 500 horsepower, I could have done Hydro Boost at the same time, and then I wouldn't have had to worry about the vacuum issue. But I already went way over budget on all of this. Like, I thought I could get all the swap done and everything for like $1,000. Nope. By the time you add in new radiator, fixed the fuel system, changed the fuel filter, put an electric fuel pump in instead of the mechanically driven pump, new suspension tie rods and stuff, exhaust. It was way over my budget. Alright, so we got some gas. Looks like he fixed my fuel gauge, so thank you, Lucor. My fuel gauge wasn't working there. So I got a full tank, 93 octane now. I'm gonna take her out on the freeway. I get 2 hours and 45 minutes of quiet time every morning while my kids are in hybrid mode at school. And you know, I desperately need those hours to get my work done, because I think best in the morning. My brain's best in the morning. But I really don't get enough done, and then I go pick them up, and then they got to do their hybrid learning stuff, and I'm trying to work. And it's like that every day. My wife doesn't come home till 2:30, and then our deal is that she takes care of their school work with them after that, if whatever I haven't accomplished. So I'm just so tired. So I said, you know, there's stuff I need to work on this morning, but I'm gonna take the truck for a spin because it makes me happy. Oh, it's sucking air. Woo! The suspension feels so much better. He did the tie rods, so at least the ball joints on the tie rods are all better. And the center link is there's new ball joints on the ends of the tie rods and the center link. So it feels a lot tighter. He had to readjust and kind of bend the shifting linkage a little bit to get around the headers. So the shifter feels tighter now. He got that readjusted. Brakes are still a little squishy, but they're not bad. But the pickup this thing has on the freeway is just nuts. It's crazy. Everything on the engine's new. The casting's new. All the All the accessories in front of you. It's just complete, total, turnkey crate motor. Even came with plugs and wires. Skip White has a very specific braking procedure. High zinc oil right now. I'm going to have to change the oil after a little bit. Get done with the braking. Here we go, we're going to merge. Oh my God. Holy crap. Holy shit. Oh boy. That is just joy. Just joyful, joyful, joyful. The funny thing is, I don't think, all these people are driving around in their little cars. And I have a car, that I just use to drive around. That's what most people use their cars for. How loud this thing is, I don't know if they know that that's intentional. Oh my God, that's badass. Holy shit, this thing is amazing. Happy. Oh wow. Try not to get arrested. Holy crap. Wow. Sucking air, it sounds like a supercharger almost. It's like oh my God. Freaking amazing. Oh, I've never had any vehicle that sounded like that. Wow. Oh. It's great. Accessories included, new radiators, all tie rods is on, some new wiring, stainless headers. It's quite a bit cleaned up, it looks nice. So much better than it was. Kind of driving like an asshole. When I go by other cars, I tend to get on the gas so that they can hear it. Just because it's kind of fun, you know? I want everybody to enjoy it as much as I do. Maybe they don't. God! Oh, man, it's so much fun. Oh, just love it. Wow. So what's next for the muscle truck? What's next for a lot of things? So a couple things I didn't expect. I didn't realize just how much air is going through that engine. And when I was gunning the gas and it just blew the rocks out of the way, I couldn't believe that. You know, there's been so much stuff wrong with that truck that I've been overwhelmed in thinking about what else could be done to it. And really, I think the next thing that needs to be addressed, but maybe not as soon as I thought it would need to be, but the suspension's too low. It does scrape. But since the tie rods have been replaced, like the steering's way tighter and it's not quite so scary when you hit bumps anymore. And I feel like it jounces less. So it, like down here on the road that I drive up to get to my street here, there's like a whoop-de-whoop at the, sort of like the bottom before you hit a hill, and I always scrape there. And if I go a little slower, it won't do it now, which is great. At some point, new suspension, but the mirrors. I put new mirrors on it, but they're cheap eBay mirrors, and now that I can drive fast when I'm going down the freeway, the mirrors gradually blow inward. And so either you need to tighten them or maybe I'll get different mirrors. And I'd like to put a rear view mirror up on the windshield. That's cheap, I can do that. At some point I should fix the gauges. The fuel gauge now works. At least I have some indication of fuel level, but it's not accurate. I think it's shifted somehow. And then the voltage works. But I don't have temp, I don't have speedo, obviously I don't have tach. So, I don't know, at some point I'll fix those. But other than that, I mean, I am just super happy with it, and I hope that everything keeps running reliably. It's just so cool now, it's so cool. Super glad to have invested in the engine for the truck. I don't know why, you know, this is one of those things where you just get your junk running, right? If it's a vehicle you love and you've been thinking about doing something for a long time, just do it. You'll be so happy you did. And the one thing with it is, you know, I was going to sell it, and maybe I'll still sell it, but I'm going to have a lot better time selling it right now because it's freaking awesome. So, you know, if you make some investments into your cars and you're worried about spending the money on it, you might not get all of it back, but you'll get most of it back, and it's going to be far better than it was if you know something's wrong with it. It's going to be far better than it was if you fix it. So do it. I'm Davian Hill with Solve Fix Build. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like this content. I'll always make more. Thanks.